My name is Taylor Tijerina, aka the HOA Lady, and you're listening to Chasing Birdies.
It's Thursday. It's new Chasing Birdies. It's Taylor Tijerina here today on the podcast. But first, my man JP.
What's shaking, buddy?
It's good to see you, man. Little California
I know.
love,
I feel
eh?
like we're in the similar decor rooms. Where are you staying?
Yeah. I got a fireplace in my room. You got a fireplace?
Oh, me too, bud. I got a fireplace too.
The Duralogs, or whatever they're called, they don't really last that long, though. Kind of like you. It just goes out. But
Yep, fizzles out, bud. But thank you to everyone for tuning into this week's episode. We got a guest that I've been chasing around on social media, sending messages, this, that, and the other. We finally got him. He is one of the funniest guys ever. Love his social media, so funny. But we can't forget, today's episode is brought to you by Red Vanley. So go to redvanley.com, check the boys out. All their fall, their winter gear is up. I know that we just did some cool photos at Nemacolin, and you had the cords on, bud, and they were looking pretty dapper on you.
yeah, I've said it before. I'll say it again. The cords are like joggers, but they're corduroys. You pull them up, get to life. It's great. The hoodies, modern hoodies as I call them, they just fit great, make you look, take you from a 6 to a 7 if I'm being honest. But good stuff, man. And yeah, we did. It was a fun little photo session we had up there at Nemacolin. The leaves were changing, the wind was blowing. We didn't really play too much golf. But I did get to put a little bit of that new Titleist driver in the bag, try it out a little bit.
Do you like it?
Like what I saw. A little lower ball flight. I was obviously not swinging it great, but
I'm glad that I talked you into that 10 degree.
I still owe you. I think I still owe you on that.
Well, I'm glad that I got you in that 10 degree, bud. That's all right. I mean, just, I'm trying to make ends meet here and you're just fucking running around. But
what do you know?
It was fun to do it, and we have some cool, fun photos coming your way, and with the Red Vanley gear and Nemacolin and all that stuff, so we're really excited about that. But we did just go to a winery on Sunday that was awesome. I do have to talk about Dearborn Winery.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of a golf twist.
I think it's Dearden. Not Dearborn. Dearden. Yeah.
Dearden Winery. With a little bit of a golf twist tied into it, which is really cool to see. They have a 1-iron, a 2-iron, and a 3-iron bottle of wine. Got to meet the owner. He was telling us a little bit about the 1-iron that he had to go buy, the Ping Zing. We actually held it in our hands. Everybody got to hold it a little bit. So it was kind of cool, man, to see the golf tied into the winery.
Dude, Napa was just incredible, man. Obviously having good people around, but the weather was great. The wineries were awesome. The food was excellent. A little French Laundry on Monday night, bud. It was a great trip. But yeah, that winery, you had the 1-iron Cabernet. He had the 2-iron Cabernet. And obviously the guy's a little bit of a golf nut. So we were prying our way in there saying, hey,
we were.
You know what?
We were trying
You'd be a good guest
bit
on the podcast, huh?
Yeah,
Chris?
we were trying. And have you been playing much at all lately?
No, it's coming. It's coming. It's slowly coming to a halt.
I got, I went a week ago to Sage Valley with Mr. Neil Walker.
Oh, yeah, how was that?
Tyler Reeve and Cole Taylor and Ray Fulcher and a couple other of the boys, and it was awesome, man. I'll tell you this much. I've been on a lot of golf trips, fortunate enough to do it a lot. I will tell you, well, first off, a lot of you won't get in and be able to play.
Well, bud, you almost didn't get in, okay?
I almost didn't get in.
Let's be frank.
From top to bottom, best golf experience I've ever had in my whole entire life, as far as the food, the accommodations, when you were given those accommodations. Some people forgot to put us on a list or whatever, but neither here nor there.
That's what I heard.
Get on the course. We ended up, laying my head on the cardboard box in the parking lot. It was great. So the Sage Valley experience is one of a kind. That is for sure.
Well, it looked like you guys had a good time. The golf course looked like mini Augusta. So I love the picture of Cole Taylor sleeping by the fire, though. That's not surprising. That's not surprising.
Everybody thought he might have passed away, but no, he was just snoozing, and he got a little bit of a sunburn. And Tyler Reeve went to wake him up, and he told him he wasn't sleeping. He tried telling us he wasn't sleeping, but again, as always, had a blast with the boys, and looking forward to the next one.
I got a great video of you. We landed in Denver trying to connect a flight to San Fran, and we were like cutting it close. We're talking within 15 minutes of boarding closing, and we got a 15-minute walk. So everybody is just casually jogging through the airport, which I love that shit anyways. I love seeing people running through the airport. I think it's hilarious. But then there's my man Pep. First time he even tried to run since May, breaking his fibula. And he's wobbling with the bag. I got that video. I might have to put it out there a little bit.
Go ahead. You can put it out there. It looks like I'm literally pooping my pants on the way to the first tee.
That's right. Which you do often. You do that.
I did Shart at the photo shoot last week at Nemacolin, and I had to go check my pants, hence why I left you guys on the 18th tee. It was an urgent matter. But today's guest, you want to fill everybody in a little bit about him?
Yeah, Taylor's a comedian. I mean, the guy has blown up on social media since COVID, loves golf, but has a lot of really funny videos that is worth checking out. So make sure you check him out on Instagram. But yeah, we were lucky enough to get Taylor on the podcast here on Chasing Birdies. Very lighthearted, kind of, I don't know, non-serious type episode, but it was a lot of fun just kind of chopping it up with him for a little bit. So kudos to you for staying on it, dude.
Hey, he never said no, so I won't say where there's a no, there's a yes. He never said no. It was just about getting a response, and he finally. Right. I think I sent enough messages to Taylor. He's probably like, all right, dude, this guy, like, let's do this once. But it was a blast. It was fun. And I'm so thankful that Taylor came on to Chasing Birdies, tell us a little bit about his story, joke around a little bit. And you got to go check his videos out.
Yeah. So with that being said, enough of us talking. Let's turn it on over to Taylor Tijerina here on Chasing Birdies. All right, y'all out there, I hope you are ready for some laughs, especially you guys that are heavy on the Instagram Reels, the TikToks, the YouTubes. Taylor Tijerina is joining us today on Chasing Birdies, and my man has established quite the following on Instagram. And frankly, Pep has sent me these videos, man. It's hilarious. I mean, you are freaking hilarious, man. So I'm happy that you joined us, carved out a time for you to come on here on Chasing Birdies, man. So we appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it. It's been a fun ride the last couple of years, and yeah, when Pep reached out, I started looking at your guys' videos. I'm like, this will be fun. Let's chop it up a little bit. So I appreciate it. You guys having me.
Well, amen. There's so much funny stuff. I was hoping you were going to come on with a wig on.
Well, I do have it right over here. I was cleaning up the area a little bit, just to a little less chaotic, and I do have it within arm's reach. So maybe we'll throw it on here at some point.
It's funny because like we're probably about the same age, and with the advancement of technology, this stuff wasn't around when we were in like high school and even college.
No.
Facebook was like all the rage. It just came out when I was in college.
You were poking girls all the time, sending pokes.
Exactly, Yeah. But to see some of this progression with guys like you specifically, I don't know. I get a kick out of it because in all reality, this is what our culture loves right now, and you kind of gripped it pretty good, man.
Yeah, no, me and my buddies always joke that we grew up in the wrong era, right? Like with all the social media stuff. I mean, could you imagine if Twitch streaming and video gaming streaming was around when, I was in middle school and high school? I would be a billionaire right now, probably. Yeah. Like it's unreal. Like we always joke that we grew up in the wrong, because I mean, I think I got my first smartphone in high school, something like that. So we take videos and send it back and forth and, be stupid, but never had the opportunity to post it publicly anywhere. And it's probably a good thing looking back on some of the stuff I did in high school. Yeah.
We were talking about that chick the other day that, actually yesterday, Pep and I were golfing, and just how things go viral, and that Hawk Tua girl.
Oh yeah.
And our buddy Matt was like, I've said dumber shit than that in my whole life. Like,
oh yeah,
but it's, so that's
right
just where it is.
Right time.
Right place,
Yes.
right time. Camera in your face, just the right amount of drinks. She's grabbed it and run with it though. Good for her.
Well, yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
I was gonna say something, but and you can say anything you want, so you're good.
Okay. Whatever we need to edit out.
Where are you based out of?
So I'm in Indiana. I was born and raised in Indianapolis, Indiana. I live on the south side here. Went up to Purdue, graduated from Purdue, and I came back home. Yeah, so
I go to Carmel, Indiana.
Yep.
A good bit.
Yep.
Good friend of mine, Dan Moyer.
Okay.
Moyer Jewelers. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He takes me over to Crooked Stick every once in a while, which is always a blast.
Crooked Stick is a good course. Yeah, we so like I said, I live on the south side, so we got a couple courses that are pretty close that I'll golf off, and Smock is one that's fairly close to my house. It's one of those courses where it's like you can get in $30-$40. It's not super expensive, and they usually keep it up pretty good. So I'll go there quite a bit. Hickory Stick is probably one of my favorite courses here on the south side. It's usually kept up pretty well, and it's a fun course, link style for sure.
So your social media, it is freaking. Honestly, I can say, and I'm not just saying because you're here. There's not a video that's not funny to me in some capacity, and it hits home, right?
Well, thank you.
I had a buddy over last night. He played college football at Georgia Tech and Slippery Rock, and I showed him your high school, like the one where the high school player comes back to visits, and
the alumni one. Yeah,
he's like, dude, this is hilarious. Like that is. We were thinking of people who did it. So. Where does all your inspiration come from? Because so many of these videos, you're like, yeah, that's happening or happened or whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of it's everyday relatable humor, right? Like I'll see something and I'm like, all right, I'm going to write that down. I mean, if I showed you guys my phone of like the laundry list of notes, like I'd scrolled through, you guys would think I'm a psychopath with how many notes are written down in there. Cause like what I'll do is I'll just see something, in everyday life and write it down. And then I'll come back to it later on and figure out, okay, can I make that funny? Is it a funny thought? Like what could I do to spice it up a little bit? And so I'll just pull ideas from that, and then just talking with my buddies like that. They're always joking that they're my ghost writers, because they'll send me video ideas, and then we'll kind of game plan it and talk it back and forth and write out a loose script, so to speak. And so I mean, where do I get my inspo? I mean, honestly, most of it, and that's kind of what I pride myself on is like relatable humor, like. What could you guys watch? What kind of video could you guys watch? First of all, laugh your ass off, but then also send it to your buddy and say, "Oh no, dude, this is you," or "This is so and so." Like, so that's the goal at the end of the day when I create a video is,
there's one video of you. I forget the title of it, but it's something around planning a golf trip with an expensive golf trip with your buddies.
Oh yeah, when the rich friend books the golf trip.
and dude, that is like spot on, because it's happening now. Like they're trying to do this whistling in Aaron Hills type deal next year, and this buddy's going, well, it's only $6,000 for like 4 nights, and but it's like that shit happens. Like that is really how it goes.
It's 100% my buddy. It's 100% one of my friends. He does this every time, and it's like, let's take this trip out of the group chat and make it a reality. These are the 4 courses that we're going. I'm like, I got a wife that I gotta she doesn't tell me no most of the time, but like I gotta make sure this is good. I can't just what I mean. So it's like you're exactly right. It's 100%.
And then you hit it with the steakhouse. We're going to the steakhouse for dinner.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, man. But no, that's you're spot on with that. Jonathan and I, we grew up together for years, so like our humor. We're both very kind of sarcastic and dry, especially with each other. So sometimes we say shit that only him and I pick up on and no one else gets it. But I get a kick out of, like, I'll video people. For example, this guy the other day at the gym, this dude was in this freaking outfit, like looking like he just came out of an 80s pop video. And he's walking backwards on a treadmill, just walking backwards. And I'm thinking to myself, this is fucking hilarious. Like, I don't know how to caption this or whatever, but that type of shit of people doing stuff is what I really get a kick out of, man. So, no, it is. It's good stuff. And
well, I'll say this: the whole content game thing, like, dude, we tried it, and we got to a point where like we can't do we can't do the videos or the reels or anything. Like, him and I are terrible at this. Like, we video it, and then it's kind of like, well, what do we do now?
yeah,
And so we just kind of like passed on that, and that's why like it's so impressive. I think with what you're doing is, how long does each one of those take?
It's funny. So I mentioned it earlier. Like, growing up, you'd take videos and send it to your buddy. Just really think about it too much, and then Snapchat came around, and then you're really kind of taking stupid videos and sending it to your buddies, and then. So I kind of fell into the content game. Like, I knew nothing about editing, knew nothing about, social media as a whole. It started during COVID and just kind of fell into it, looking for something to do. Me and my buddy recorded I remember the first TikTok video I did. I think we were pretty intoxicated. We put on suit jackets and shorts and went out to the front of our neighborhood to like the neighborhood pond, and we lit with bush lights and lip sync boats and hoes. And that was like the first video that we did. So I kind of like fell into it. So to answer your question, like how long it takes, like it kind of depends, right? Like if I have like a long drawn out idea that, takes some time, that takes some editing, whatever, it could take me a couple hours. But most of the stuff that hits for me, honestly, is the quick shit that I don't think about. Then I'm like, oh, this is stupid. I'm going to just film it on my phone and upload it and see what happens. And, it's so funny how the content game works, because you could spend hours editing a video, getting it perfect. Hey, this is a great one right now, the whole script, and it tanks. But then you're one that you take 30 seconds to do. Yeah,
it's the best. It's insane. I don't
the capture rate, like, if we look at some of the, and we're not anywhere near the level of you, obviously. I mean, we are a podcast, but we do have to have content as a kind of parallel with it. But, some of our videos that get, 4,000 or 5,000 views, like of what we're doing, the total average watch time is like 4 seconds. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's, to your point, the quick hitters probably pay dividends more than the ones that you're like sitting there spending hours on chopping it up. And, for us, like, how many people want to see Pep and I swinging the golf club? I mean, like, I don't want to fucking see it anymore. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, they don't need a video of me teeing off and us chasing birdies. Like, no, that's not, but that's what we do. And that's probably why we fell.
Well, and because I kind of think that too, like the golf content world, it's so interesting, right? Because like so many people golf, but one of my buddies, Melosi from Good, he his content is great. He has these great views out in Utah, Vegas, all these things, and 99% of it is him hitting a tee shot. But like everybody loves it because the views, like it's spectacular. Like it just and he's fucking really good at golf. So it's like people love that stuff, and I think a lot of it comes from building the community first, that like support you, that want to see what you're doing, what you're growing, and then. I mean, because I can't remember who said it earlier, but like I can post a video that I think is like not good, that's not going to hit or whatever, but my community loves it because it's me. They like just seeing me post, So I kind of look at that from a golf side. I posted a video yesterday, like it's a golf video. It's not like a hugely funny video. Like it's just me and my buddies. I had a shot out of a fairway bunker on a green and like made a funny comment and like. It's not like a viral video by any means, but I posted it and people are commenting and they like it just because it's like me and my buddies, So
it's like it's almost natural.
Yeah,
the natural content we get more likes on than our like professional photograph of us walking down a fairway. So it's interesting. I did like that golf video of you. The Tiger Woods one where you were from the TaylorMade commercial. That was hysterical.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was another one that me and my buddy were just kind of messing around waiting for somebody to clear the green. And I'm like, you remember that old Tiger thing? I don't take divots. And he was like, yeah. I was like, let's make a video about that. And we just did it like 3 seconds, It was
probably like one of the hottest videos you've had.
Yeah,
hysterical.
no, it was a good one. Yeah.
So I've always wondered, like, guys like you and people who have become, quote unquote, insta famous to a degree. Is there ever a crossover where you are like living in that character life in real world? Like, you have to differentiate between, like, okay, I'm out to dinner with my family and I'm Taylor.
Yep.
But I'm also this other guy that's like a total genius with respect to content. So, like, is there a management aspect? It's like acting,
100%.
I guess.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, from a content perspective, like, I'm always too much to a fault. I'm always taking in content, like watching content, just seeing what else is out there. Do have the conversation with the wife a lot of the time. Say, put your phone down. Like, so I'm always looking at content, just, trying to get better and see what else is out there, what people are doing. Because there's a lot of times I get ideas sparked from watching videos and like, oh, that's really funny. What's like a tandem video that I could do that, kind of could spin off of that a little bit. So get ideas from that. But like a lot of times when it's crazy. It's like crazy imposter syndrome. I get recognized out in public now. It's like, it's really weird. So like taking pictures, I mean, at Disney World 2 weeks ago, you guys should have, it was insane. We was walking around parks and we were there with the hurricane. Yeah, we were there right when smack dab in the middle of Milton. It was crazy. They closed the park one day and like closed the parks like an early on the day before. But yeah, no, it was crazy down there for a couple of days. But
yeah, like that. That's funny. Like people coming up to you saying, "Hey, man, I follow you," and you got to be like,
"I follow you. I love
dude.
your videos." And it's so funny because like, do you guys have kids, right?
I do, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, my daughter picks up on everything. She's my 4-year-old. She picks up on literally everything. And yesterday we're driving in the car, and like the day before, I had a guy come up to me at our local zoo. Hey man, love your videos, blah blah blah, and took a picture. And my daughter's in a big pretend phase right now, and she was like, "Daddy, we're gonna pretend that I recognize you." And then she was like, "I love your videos. I love your Instagram. I follow you." And I'm like, "This is really weird." It's really weird.
Dude, kids are hilarious. It's our kids. I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old, and our kids are 10 times smarter than we were growing up, and it's all because of this technology and these tablets and all this stuff. It's insane. But they say the funniest things. Dude, last night we were at my local golf club that I'm a member at, and
what's it called?
My Yakagani Country Club.
That's right. Shout out.
My good buddy is going through a little something marriage-wise, and someone said, "Oh, where's your wife at?" And the son said, "She died. You missed the funeral."
What?
And he said, "Dude, no, she didn't." Like, and it's just like, what? This kid's 10 years old. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's like, what? But they say the funniest things, dude. I mean, I was dying laughing because I know it's not true.
Right.
But the fact that he didn't skip a beat. He said, "You missed the funeral."
That's the funniest part.
Oh, yeah. You know what? So you're the piece of crap. You missed it. So,
Yeah.
Thanks for the support.
Oh, shit, man.
That's funny.
That's funny.
So did this all start like kind of, I feel like everybody on the social media that really ramped up during COVID while you're just sitting inside in sweatpants and tank tops and all that. Is that when it really ramped up for you?
Yep. So that's kind of when I started. So it's funny. I had downloaded TikTok, didn't post any videos, had an account, downloaded it, saw it was just a bunch of teenagers like dancing and singing. I'm like, shit's not for me. So I deleted it. And then a buddy of mine was like, "Dude, bring it back. Like, let's do some funny videos." So brought it back, and this was right in the heart of quarantine. Like I said, started posting videos. We kind of had like a little mini competition. Hey, let's get 1,000 followers. Let's get 10,000 followers. And he posted a video on TikTok that got like 1 million something views it was for Father's Day. And I was like, holy shit, like I'm not gonna be able to do that. It's crazy. That jumped him up to like 20,000 followers. And I'm like, that's it. It's over. I'm not gonna be able to do this. And funny enough, I posted a video that got 4 million views, shot me up to 100,000, and that was pretty early. And then I went from 100 to 200,000, like even quicker. So yeah, I kind of like, it was one of those things where it took off pretty fast on TikTok, and I just kind of grabbed it and ran with it. I stayed consistent with it. I didn't stop, because I feel like a lot of the people in the content world, like they'll get a a viral video here and there, and like they don't really stay consistent with it. But I mean, I thought I was having fun doing it, and it was one thing where I didn't feel like it was a burden to like keep posting.
Well, when we check our social media and we get like 2 follows that day, we get all giddy. So that's probably like every 2. We got 2, dude. You see that?
We're so committed to this shit. We've been doing this podcast for 4 years. Like 5 years is the mark we got to reach, But then it's like, is anybody even listening?
And that's the thing, dude. Like if you look at our list of followers. You look at the list of followers we've had there, it's incredible. Like if you go back through everybody, and we've never paid anybody, like but it's like how do you circulate and get the, you know what I mean? It's just, and we actually enjoy doing this. I mean, I see this yo once a week and do it,
and I make it sound worse than it is, because honestly, we've been on a nice trajectory, and all of our guests, we kind of have the same vibe with our guests. We want
Sure.
good people, man, and we want to hear their story and chop it up with some golf a little bit. So, yeah, it's been a fun ride. But I will say, to your point about TikTok, it seems like TikTok is the kind of accelerator, the way to get going, because we had a buddy that kind of did the same thing, George Burge, with Beer Truck Truck. Clay Walker wanted him to put it on TikTok, and he's like, what? And he did, and then it's just like that song went viral, and naturally now Georgie's on a rocket ship himself. But the algorithms, it feels like with TikTok, which we don't really mess with. I don't have TikTok, but it sounds like that might be the play.
Yeah, the algorithm changes so much over there. It's like when you finally feel like you got it figured out, then it changes. Then they start prioritizing other videos. But it truly is one of those platforms. I don't know if you guys are Gary V followers, Gary Vaynerchuk, but he's like, TikTok is one of those things where it really can change your life overnight. You put a video up, it gets so many millions of views, and you wake up to 100,000 followers, and you stay consistent with it. Like it did me. I know, as cliche and cheesy as it sounds, but it really did. And so, yeah, I mean, you're 100% right.
Bud, we need you to do something stupid, like flip a golf cart or something.
Oh, yeah. What do you see my new Kawasaki Ridge I'm getting, bud? Like, I don't even have land to fucking drive it on, but I'm going to be ripping that thing around.
Up and down the driveway.
Oh, shoot. What was I going to say? I just was going to say something to you guys about.
Well, so
I can't.
I'll fill in while you think on that, but you have a couple characters. Who's your leading character, would you say? I personally, he has an HOA where he lives. I love the HOA lady because it is hilarious.
Yeah. No, I mean, the HOA president, HOA lady is probably the most hot character, I will say, the most attractive, most wanted. And it's like, it's one of those things where, I mean, you guys may not realize this, or may not, a lot of people don't know about a predominantly large female following. So a lot of times, the female characters tend to do pretty well with that side of my following. So yeah, when I throw on that stupid wig and don't necessarily,
where did you think about that wig? Like,
it's funny. I was thinking about this as I was getting ready this morning, because I had a feeling you guys were going to ask me about the wigs.
Do you sleep with it on?
No, I do. my wife did tell me, she was like, you need to start taking better care of your wigs. And I'm like, I don't think I do. Like, I think the rattiness of them, like, that's what people like. But it's funny because, like, I was trying to think back, like, the first time I put on a wig, I'd bought like a mullet wig off of Amazon, like a really stupid one, like a Halloween one. And then my mother-in-law, funny enough, owned a dance studio for, years and years and years. So she has a shit ton of costumes and wigs and everything in the garage, and she was cleaning stuff out, and she brought a big bag of wigs over, and she was like, this was still when it was early on. They kind of thought I was an idiot for making a fool of myself on the internet. They probably still do. But she was like, I don't know if you want to use these, but here they are. And so I was going through it, and sure enough, at the bottom of there was this ratty blonde wig. I was like, I could use this. So,
I could rock it.
Yeah.
Like the one that you just posted, the video. Who's the other guy?
So that's my buddy Justin Stagner. He does the Southern Grandpa videos. I don't know if you guys have seen those. But
that video is hysterical because it's just like this old woman smoking heaters doesn't care what you think, and you're so upset. It's hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's my good buddy Stag. He we like to make we've done I think we did a Southern Grandpa one together. But he has this Dolores character that I was like, I got to get Dolores somehow into an HOA video. So
how does that work? Where you're like because you're not in the same community or anything, right? Like,
no, he lives in Alabama.
You tell him what you're gonna say, or is it kind of?
So how I've done it, I know a lot of people do it. I mean, there's so many ways to do it, but what I like to do, or what I've done in the past with other creators, because I've collabed with him, I've collabed with. Dane the Great, who does like the Southern Dad stuff.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's great. I love Dane. And then another guy, DeMarcus, who I think he lives up in Chicago, but his page is art by DeMarcus Sean. He does like super relatable videos. Like he is very good about like taking the smallest everyday thing and then turning it into a video and making it so funny. Like he's great. So I've done stuff with him too, but. What I typically do is like, hey, this is the idea I have. This is what I'm thinking. And I'll film my part or, the other person will film their part. I'll edit it all together and I'll send it to them. And I'll say, hey, this is my part. Just kind of riff off of that kind of thing. And so that's what me and Justin did was I filmed the whole HOA lady part, edited it together, sent it to him. And I was like, all right, here's what you have to go off of. So, yeah.
Clever. A lot of work.
That is a lot of work.
Everyday ideas, everyday things that come up that you think, damn, how could you turn this into something, man? And I have that idea. It's like, I don't know how to turn this into something. And I'm going to tell you this, and it's probably not going to go anywhere.
That's it.
But if it does, I'll take a little bit of credit. But I get a kick out of the credit card machines every time I go up because it says insert, swipe, or tap. Now, if somebody can't create something, that's just funny to me. Insert, swipe it, tap it. Like, there's got to be some play of words off that thing, man.
Yeah.
You see it all the time, but but that's where my mind goes. I'm like, it says insert, it says swipe, it says tap.
Yeah,
tap it.
Yeah. Just batting at it. Yeah. I did something like I did some like ATM debit card video a while ago. It wasn't that idea, but it was similar. It was like when you get up to the counter and they say your card didn't go through or something like that, and then you're like, just cleaning it off, just like you're frantic, like looking around, like, no, it's fine. I have money on it. There's money on it. It's just a machine. Yeah. The machine's not working, and you're like making it well known that like, no, I just got paid.
Yeah.
Like I promise, it's your guys' machine's not working,
But it's the most embarrassing thing ever.
Oh, it's 100%.
Like
yeah.
That is. I would say at 38 years old in my life, that is the most embarrassing thing that happens to you is when you go to use your credit card and declines. And it declines again, and then the person behind you, in like half of a flip flop, one pant leg, they're staring at you like
they're looking at like, you loser. You're such a loser, dude.
Yeah. Pay your bills. Shit. I didn't know you had that problem, Pep.
That Kevin Hart bit. I got a checking and a savings, and the way my bank account is set up, I just got to move money around. Well, I'll get it figured out, but it's your guys' machines. Those are the ones. No, I just got a new debit card the other day. My debit card was so beat up and it was old just from being in my wallet getting thrown around and everything. But like it would get declined so much. It's so
my tap
embarrassing.
Doesn't work. My chip doesn't work, so I got to swipe everything.
Yeah.
So my tap or my insert don't work. I got to swipe.
Yeah, sounds like a personal problem. Can't insert, can't tap it. And now you're swiping.
Now you're swiping. You're swiping.
That's great.
No, I'm gonna write that down because Ryan, we can riff off that and see what we can come up with there.
Yeah,
that could be a good one.
But it's amazing with what you're talking about, writing ideas down, and we have some friends in the country music world that are performers and songwriters, and it's the same thing, right? They kind of watch the room and they get an inspiration from something that somebody said, somebody did. So it's kind of the same thing. You're always having to stay alert, which I don't have. So
100%. You know, it's my like I think I mentioned it earlier, but my wife's always like, you know, because I'm not on alert, but I'm normally my wife would disagree, but I'd like to consider myself a laid back kind of dude. But at the same time, like I'm always like, you know, I'm always moving. I'm the type of guy that like, if I'm laying on a beach while she's reading a book, I want to go be up, do something. You know, I got to stay busy. So like when we're out doing something, I'm always, you know, got my head on a swivel looking for shit to write down and figure out. And she's got to bring me back down a lot of times, just like chill out.
Well, yeah, and especially because this kind of happened in the last 4 or 5 years. You know, she might have been like, this change wasn't what I signed up for. So there's got to be an understanding component now. Like, hey, I got to do this shit now. Look at us.
Yep.
Look at me.
Yep.
Which is cool.
And she's. I mean, I'm very thankful. I have a very, very loving and supporting wife who make sure you guys keep that part in there.
Yeah.
We'll clip it and post it on social media.
Yeah.
There you go. No, she's super supportive, and I mean, because like I said, we kind of fell into all this, and she's actually turned into like a big she's always giving me ideas now. A lot of times I used to record everything on my phone, edit it, and then post it. Now stuff I've moved more towards the camera. Like I'll film it on the camera and then edit it on the computer later on and everything. So she's become my videographer. She likes video and everything and producing a little bit. So she's been great.
That's awesome. So I saw a video that you were out in Utah playing golf, and there was a part that I had to like, wow, that's something you don't see anymore. And you must be a pretty darn good player if you're using a long putter.
Oh, the broomstick?
Yeah. Because I mean, your average player is not using that thing. They'll be swinging it. They'll be in circles. Yeah, no,
it's funny how it kind of came to be. So, yeah, I was out in Utah and St. George. We got to play some beautiful courses out there. We were at Black Desert, which was unreal. Definitely a bucket list course if you guys haven't gotten a chance to play out there. Like it was amazing. It was 60-mile-an-hour winds, which
what's it called? Black Desert.
Black Desert.
Oh, that's your hat.
So it was. What's that?
That's what you got on your hat.
Yeah, there you go.
Just realized
it's beautiful. Like if you guys, I'm serious.
Golf
like it's
trip.
a bucket list. It's awesome. So we got to play Black Desert, Sand Hollow, which was really fun, and then Coral Canyon. So those were beautiful courses. Anyway, it was funny how the broomstick came to be. So I had last year I got a new putter. I got a ping putter. I actually got it right here. Just like just a basic mallet, like nothing. Yeah, nothing crazy. But I just gotten that last year, and I just gotten it regripped because I was at the PGA Tour Superstore messing around with the lab putters.
Yeah.
And they had I'll do that later. They had a putter there that had this grip on it. And I was messing around. I was like, man, I really like that grip. So I put that grip on my old putter, and I was like, I really like this, but I just started messing around with the broomstick at the store. So, you know, the influencer in me reached out to Lab and was like, hey, I would love to figure out a way to partner together and, you know, get your guys' products in videos and post them. Is there something we can work out? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. We'd love to set you up. So I did the virtual fitting and everything. And from my perspective, I was like, hey, I want to get something that I probably wouldn't go buy at the store normally. You know what I mean? So I started watching videos on the broomstick, and what kind of led me to it was, so I've always struggled on the green from just my feel. Like I feel like I can never get a good feeling on the green. It's been a Achilles heel for years. And I watched this video that Lab put out that said, oftentimes if you're like good at darts and like cornhole, which I'm usually pretty good at those, that doesn't always carry over to the green because darts and cornhole is a one-handed motion. whereas putting is a two-handed motion. So the broomstick tends to be a good.
You one-handed.
It's more one-handed because you're still up here, and then you just move down here with the broomstick.
You better not be anchoring that thing.
Oh, don't get me wrong. My buddies make sure every single time.
They slide a scorecard through there.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you.
Every single time I'm over a ball. You anchored?
Video right there, dude.
That is a video. That's a great
because
video.
It's so true. Because when I play with people that have long, I'm kind of like,
yep,
you're in that thing or what?
Yep. When your buddy has a broomstick, that is a really good idea.
So there you go.
There we go. I'm going to do that one there.
Yeah.
So yeah, long-winded answer to your question. I saw that video and was like, hey, it tends to lead more towards one-handed motion people, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. So, and I've liked it.
Man,
so.
I don't care to say this statement. I don't care what people think, if they agree or disagree. I really don't care. But no. This is dead serious. I'm dead ass right now. Putting absolutely makes or breaks your round.
100%.
Every day,
absolutely.
Any round. Period. Because it just does. It's just facts. Like, if you're hitting it bad, but you're able to get it up and down, you're saving the round. If you're making putts for birdies, you're feeling a little better about your other parts of your game. So, yeah, man. So to your point, yeah, if you're struggling with having that feel component, man, if you tighten that up, it's going to trickle through the rest of your game. It makes or breaks it all day long.
100%. Because like easy math, right? If you're 2-3 putting at least half of your rounds, I mean that's what, or half of your round, that's what, at least 18 to 27 strokes, at least.
Yeah.
It's unreal. I mean, you're 100% right.
You need to average, if you can average around 29 putts around the golf, 29 to 30 putts around the golf, you're ahead of everybody that you're playing with.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one too is if you can par all par threes, you're ahead of the field.
Yeah,
which I because for some reason I struggle with irons off the tee box. I don't know. I struggle. But go ahead. Sorry.
But that's two parts of the golf game that you can really separate yourself in. But that's interesting on that
motion
broomstick
of it.
putter. I was going to call it belly putter, but it's not a belly putter as long as you say so.
Yeah, because it kind of goes up to my chest, almost.
So I did use a belly putter in college, and I loved that thing. It couldn't waver at all, like at all. And then they put that new roll in, which, I mean, you look at some of the guys that used a belly putter. Webb Simpson, where's he been since that happened? Since they took it away?
But
there's some people. Adam Scott, yeah, he was anchoring. He's still playing pretty good, but I mean, you take that away from somebody. That's a big change. There's a reason you're using that belly putters because you're struggling.
Yeah. I think Adam Scott uses the lab broomstick now. Yep.
Yeah. Man, is he a good-looking guy?
Yeah.
He can play golf too.
I'll tell you. So but when we were in Nashville, Tennessee, I know that you do some stuff with Blue Otter, and next year you got to play in this Blue Otter golf event. It is.
I already hit him up. Like I was like, I have to be at that next year. Like no question. Awesome. Like it looked like a damn good time. 100%.
It was so much fun. But while we're on the topic of good-looking guys, we talked about this last one. Man, Riley Green in person, we were like, yeah, all right.
Oh yeah.
Some people get it all, boys.
Yep. I mean, some people just and they're posting videos of his golf shot. Man can hit a golf ball too.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah.
I mean, what can he do?
I mean, play golf. You can sing. You can play the guitar, and those looks.
Yeah.
What the hell, boys?
And he can build a house.
And he can build a house. And kill animals, kill a duck.
Leave some for the rest of us, bud.
Exactly.
But that event was so much fun. Everything that they did, from the gifts to the food to the entertainment after, which was awesome. And I'm not getting political here, but John Daly was FaceTiming somebody we thought was somebody, and he turned it around and started showing all the singer-songwriters, and it was Donald Trump.
I love it.
It's just like, the fact that he answered,
right?
B, the fact that we're at Old Hickory and you're FaceTiming Donald Trump on the back patio, and then you're showing all these country singers. But the whole day was so much fun. So we'll see you there next year.
Well, I think
I hope so.
It's more impressive that Daly actually remembered how to hit FaceTime on the phone because he absolutely was crushed starting at 9.
Did he bring some of those John Daly's?
Oh yeah, the lemonade, Good Boy vodkas.
Oh my, the Good Boy vodkas. They're so good. So
really,
I actually just had some for the first time not too long ago, and they're very like I'm a high noon guy. Like I don't get me wrong, I really like beer, but if you have 25 or 30 of them on the course, no, if you have a good amount, you just feel bloated. So I've become a big high noon guy the last couple of years, and I had some of those for a round a couple weeks ago, and they're very good.
Good Boy
he
lemonade.
was there. We showed up at 9:30 a.m. He was sitting in the spot. When we left at 7:30 p.m., he was in the same spot doing the same thing, drinking Good Boy vodka. So his whole bus is Good Boy vodka wrapped.
Is it?
Yeah. So
I'm sure he gets drinks enough of that.
What's the handicap nowadays?
I gotta upload some stuff. Well, actually, I probably won't upload it from the St. George stuff. I didn't play good golf out there, but I'm right around like a 13, 14, right around there. It's like not super good, not great, but me and my buddy could. Well, yeah, I'll hold my own. Like it just kind of depends on what shows up that day. I usually can get off the tee box pretty good, but as of late, it's like my mid to long iron struggle. So around the green putting, I've gotten a lot better, but it's just my approach shots I got to get a lot better at. But
yeah, if you're able, being able to kind of hit greens when you have long approach shots, that's another thing that really helps shave the score a little bit, But it's tough, but I feel like we've been playing golf. It's end of October, essentially November here, and we just played golf yesterday. It was 70 degrees. We've been having this warm. I don't know.
Yeah,
we're still playing.
Indiana's crazy. It's going to be a little bit windy. I'm supposed to play golf next. I can't get out this weekend, but I'm supposed to play golf next week. It's supposed to be a little bit windy, but it's been in the 80s the past couple weeks. It's crazy. And Indy, where are you guys based out of? I don't think I asked you guys.
Pittsburgh for me.
Pittsburgh? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in West Virginia, Morgantown.
Okay. We'll wake up and it'll be 40 degrees in the morning, a little bit chilly. And then it heats up to 80 degrees in the afternoon. I'm like, make up your fucking mind, dude. Like, what are we doing?
Like, I got a hoodie and corduroys on going to the bus, and then I'm coming home in gym shorts and a T-shirt.
Yep. That's exactly right.
Oh, shit.
That's exactly right.
That's funny. I saw you got, to pivot off that Blue Otter conversation, nothing fancy. I know kind of on your Instagram page there, and what's the other? Roback?
Yep.
Roback, yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, yeah, they've kind of made a little bit of a presence now.
Nothing fancy has grown substantially. I got linked up with them pretty early on when I started, just because I know Hardy was at the Blue Otter stuff. I'm a huge Hardy fan, so that's how I kind of started looking at the Nothing Fancy stuff. And they had an affiliate program at one point, so applied to that and got that. And I wear Nothing Fancy a lot. And Jackson, who's the CEO, was he at the Blue Otter stuff or Jackson?
I don't know who he is. So
okay. We've kind of connected through Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So love those guys. But yeah, Roback is one of those where you're exactly right, Ryan. They've made a huge jump in the athletics world, not necessarily only golf, because I feel like that's where they started, golf polos and hoodies, but now they got everything across the board when it comes to clothing, and then they're in every sport. They just signed a collegiate deal, so they have different colleges and stuff. And I'm a big Notre Dame fan, and I feel like Notre Dame never they never licensed their stuff through third-party people, and they were able to get a deal with Roback got a deal with them, so they sent me some like Notre Dame Roback stuff, which is really cool. But yeah,
So I got a cool Hardy story real quick. We were driving back in Nashville, and we got this guy that kind of drives us around that Swindell introduced us to, and Pep, whatever. So this cat Brandon, awesome dude. But he'll run us from Nashville to Troubadour. This way you don't got to worry about drinking, driving, whatever. But he drives for like a lot of the guys, you know. But we're coming back, and we're leaving Troubadour, driving down the highway, and he's playing some songs. And I hear the song Blake Shelton's God's Country, you know. Mm-hmm. But it's not Blake Shelton singing it. It's Hardy. And I'm like, this song is freaking better than the song Shelton cut. And he's like, yeah. Well, Hardy wrote that song, actually.
Yep.
And dipped it off to Blake. But I heard the version of Hardy singing it. Maybe you have too. I don't know. I don't know if it's like underground shit. I don't think I have. Yeah, he had it on his phone he gets demos sent to him and whatnot. But sure. That song was ripping, man, because Hardy's got that rock bass to him, you know, and that voice. Yeah, it was cool. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've become a huge Hardy fan. I know he's kind of changed his a little bit, or maybe not necessarily changed, but just kind of like being more true to himself, like what he's always been about. And that's been cool. It's been awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, mosey on down in Nashville, boys. Maybe we just meet there in the middle.
Let's do it. Yeah, I got some connections at what is it, at the Hermitage. So we'll meet down there and we can play down there.
We do that. Do the old Hickory and then mosey on over to Troubadour.
There we go. Dude. Was it a good course?
Love it.
Yeah, it's
we're laughing because we have some buddies that chirp us all the time. Oh, Troubadour is sick, because we're there a good bit and they've never been, so it's tough.
In fact, your Troubadour hat on.
Yeah.
And you had it on yesterday too, but a different one. All right. Hey, man, it was, I know we're cutting up to our threshold here and timing and whatnot.
No, but, you guys are good, yeah.
You know, I always enjoy kind of hearing people's stories. And if I get TikTok, I'm going to have to give you a follow. I don't have TikTok. Maybe that's something we do.
I don't either.
I think Jason Birdies has TikTok, but the girls run it.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
But our biggest video was me blowing leaves last year. It got like 30,000 views on the golf, on the golf course. But
no, that's funny. No, you stick with the inside. It's funny because, like, you know, because since all the stuff started with TikTok, like, you know, my buddies try to embarrass you when you're out in public and like, hey, do you have TikTok? My buddy's TikTok famous. You should follow him. It's like, shut the fuck up. I've kind of trained them now. It's like, hey, I'm putting more of a focus on Instagram. So if you're gonna do it, at least say
Instagram.
Follow him on Instagram, please, because like, you know.
Well, you guys listening out there, make sure you give Taylor a follow on Instagram, because my man is hilarious. And it's just Taylor Tijerina. Tijerina. You'll see him on here. Nice blue check mark next to his name, too.
There we go.
So, Taylor, we're going to wrap it up here on Chasing Birdies with our tap-in segment presented by Bettinardi Golf. Check him out online at bettinardi.com. Pep's going to ask you a couple questions that kind of demand your quick response.
Actually, they're not going to this time. There's some. He's gonna have to give some long-winded answers. Okay, I think, but I could be wrong. All right, most liked video you've done.
Most liked video I've done was, I think it was like several million likes. I did a video like 2 years ago. It was a voiceover sound bit. The sound was like, tell me why I shouldn't throw this drink in your bitch ass face. And what I did was I had gathered all my wife's like half empty bottles of water and Gatorade and soda and all that kind of stuff. And there was like 20 bottles, and I just gathered them up on the kitchen island, and I put my arms around them, and I captioned it, when your wife never finishes a full drink. And so I just gathered that up around the house.
That is awesome.
The sound was like, tell me why I shouldn't throw this drink in your bitch ass face. It was funny. I think that was the most liked, but sorry, long-winded.
I warned everybody. So, favorite and least favorite thing about social media?
Favorite is the community. Like, I've built like a pretty cool community of very supportive people, and that's been really cool. Least favorite, people are so mean on the internet. Like, it's just, they'll find the stupidest thing to to pick out. And like, I got this one guy who stays in my DMs. I usually don't answer him. But for some reason or another, this guy got me on a bad day, and I answered him, and it's just, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Right.
And I think I asked him about that, and he was like, and then he hit me with it's all love, bro. If you come to Philly, we'll golf.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the no.
Yeah, you're exactly who I don't want to play with.
Exactly.
Like, if I'm going to take 4.5 hours out of my day, I'm not playing with you. Lowest round and where?
Lowest round was a 73 at Hickory Stick here in Indy.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That ain't no 13. I might take you in the tournament, man.
Hey,
Getting
buddy,
13, shooting one over.
Don't
Sounds
get me
like
wrong.
Steve
This
Pierce.
was actually, you know what? I lied. It was not a 73. The guy I was with shot a 73. I shot a 79.
Oh,
So,
well, hey.
There you go.
That's still good. He's
That's
still
still
going to
good.
take you.
I'm
yeah.
still, I'm looking.
All right, last one. What are you chasing
Chasing birdies every day.
in life, on the course, everything? Taylor, I know I sent enough messages. I was probably one of those guys you're like, all right, dude, I'm just going to do this. Is like a charity. This is my monthly charity
Yeah.
for these guys. We'll take them. So we thank you so much for coming on. We're going to have to meet up, and I'm going to, when we get off here, I got an idea. So
How many
love
messages
it.
he sent you that started off with "What's going on?" ? But like, who says that anymore? This
No,
Pepsi.
I felt bad because you hit me up, and my response time was lacking. So I apologize,
You're good,
but I'm
man.
glad we finally were able to make it happen here.
Yeah, no, like he said, truly, yeah, it was awesome catching up with you here on Chasing Birdies, and appreciate you coming on, brother.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
my man Taylor, it was fun to have the HOA lady on. I was
That was
dying
hilarious.
whenever he did the video with
That's
the
so
wig
funny.
on and did the HOA lady. But how many ideas does he have on that cell phone?
I know. I wish we might be able to show the video of this podcast, but yeah, it's like it is synonymous, like you said, with a lot of the country writers and whatnot. I mean, he's got a Rolodex of ideas, of skits to put out, and it's hilarious. And honestly, dude, I think my skit is great. My idea is great. Your ideas are always good too. I'm not taking that away from you, but the
I
tap,
like yours.
swipe, or insert, like, I'm not trying to be, vulgar or promiscuous or whatever. Perverted, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's just that it's hilarious when you go to the register and you see insert, tap, or swipe. I don't know. I just think there's a play on words for that. So, but yeah, it was great. And him and Joey are boys, huh?
Yeah, and like I said,
he's a funny
there's
cat, too.
nothing more embarrassing than the old failed credit card transaction. Because everybody just it's never fails, dude. When there's 4 people behind you, and they're like, but hilarious. We might have a skit in the works with our boy Taylor on the golf course. I know that you gave him a few ideas, and I gave him one off air. And I just went through it at Sage Valley, dude. Like, the people that were, it happened at least twice on the golf course each round. So thank you, Taylor, for coming on and taking some time out of your day and away from your family to chat with us. Yo-yos.
Yep. That's right, Taylor. Appreciate it, my man. And you know what, Pep? We are absolutely 3 weeks away today from Thanksgiving.
That's
which-
insane.
Thanksgiving is, as you know from last year's segment, one of my favorite holidays, if not
Yes.
my favorite. But with the holidays,
Edging.
you're getting a lot of downtime. Edging. Yeah, you might be getting some downtime, though, with the holidays, and naturally a great spot to go. In the event you have some time off, take your family, take your loved ones to a little place called Nemacolin in southwestern Pennsylvania. Nemacolin will cater to all your needs, whether it's a large family, small family, whether you want to play golf, or whether you want to go ride snowmobiles or horseback riding. You can do that all here at Nemacolin. So make sure you check them out online at nemacolin.com. Book your stay over the winter. And if you're coming our way, send us a message and maybe we'll meet you up there for a little cappuccino. But Ashley and I went up to Gusto, the new Italian joint that just opened up a couple weeks ago. Aesthetically, it's beautiful. The food was good. The service was great. So Nemacolin's got it going on right now, bud.
Good. I love it, man. I can't wait to try that new restaurant. Everybody speaks very highly of it. So I know that, we're doing this a few days early because we are in Napa sipping on some grapes and vino and all that jazz. So we apologize, but we did want to get this done. Now, our next guest, we're moseying on back to Nashville next week to do an in-person interview with Charles Kelly from Lady A. And we're excited for that one. He's a big golfer. He's a good golfer, dude. From what I've heard, he's about a 2 or 3 handicap, so we'll probably have to see that on the golf course. But we are really excited for that interview with Charles Kelly from Lady A.
Yeah, and we got some other good ones coming down the pipeline, too, that I'm pretty excited about. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up here, Pep. I know that you got some things you got to tend to today. I got some things I got to tend to today. But with that being said, we do always appreciate your downloading, your listening, your support of Chasing Birdies.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, were you going to say something?
No, I was not going to say anything.
Oh, okay.
Maybe go to Chase_Birdies. Like us.
I didn't know what you were going to say.
Go listen to us. I mean,
They just did.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it, guys. Just do it. And you guys enjoy your weekend. I hope it's a safe, prosperous weekend for y'all today and always. And thank you to Allie, Emily, and Evo over at Simpler Media for putting this thing together. Jacqueline, DiPaterio, Rachel London for all your help here on Chasing Birdies. We appreciate it much. You guys enjoy it, and we will catch y'all in 2.